Good afternoon, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. The weather is not so good today, but the reason we're doing this video is because I want to show you this really nice 2009 Honda Jazz 1.4 EX, which is actually the highest spec available in this car. Most of the Jazzes that would have been sold would have been base and middle specs, so this one's a little bit unusual. It's got some nice features as well. We know the car very well. It has two owners from new. The first owner was a nice lady in Dublin. She had it from 2009 and traded in for a 141 at the time, brand new Honda Jazz. And then the second owner, she traded in her Honda Civic, locally living, for this Honda Jazz, bought it and just a couple of weeks ago picked up a Honda Civic. So two owners from new, nice condition throughout and a nice specification. If you're wondering who we are, Fitzpatrick's Garage in Kildare town. It's a family run business operation for almost 70 years. So there's the Honda garage here, as you see. There's Hyundai over here, and way up the road up there we've also got Mercedes as well, and then there's garages in Carlow, Naas and Tullamore. And the reason I'm saying that to you is, if you're spending money on a car like this, you know, you want to be sure that you're going to get some after sale service, and I can assure you, family run business like this, we are here to look after you afterwards. The car will come with a warranty as well anyway. So let's have a look at the car. So at the front of the car, as we were saying, this is the EX model. As an EX, that was a 1.4 EXi-VTEC engine at the time. The significance of the EXi-VTEC is there was an iDSi and an EXi-VTEC engine. The EXi-VTEC engine was a later unit that was produced, which was much more efficient. A normal person will achieve in the region of 45 miles per gallon in a car like this. Road tax for the year is €270, and they are extremely robust and reliable. Don't take my word for it. Do a bit of Google research and you'll see the reviews on these are absolutely excellent. It's raining today, so as much as I'd love to try and document condition, it is a little bit difficult in these conditions. But I assure you, the car is a 2009 car and it's in good condition, as you'd expect for a 2009 car that's going to be on our forecourt. So panels all the way down the side, nice and original, and all the way down the passenger side of the car going back up towards the quarter panel on the rear in nice condition too. At the back of the car in 2009 there was a nice LED taillight set up along through there, and then in the inside of the boot, so handle down through here, the little cover that goes over the boot at the moment, the car's just come out of cleaning, so the little cover over there, we have cleaned it but just a little bit damp after cleaning, so there will be a cover that will sit over that. But Honda Jazz, quite a big boot actually. Remember, this is in a segment of cars that's competing with Polos and Fiestas and stuff, and I assure you this is one of the biggest ones in the class. The rear doors are really cool on these because they have a right angle, so it makes accessibility quite easy. And in terms of the rear seats, they have the magic function, which I can even do one-handed, or maybe it's just I've had so much practice at this stage, but it's really, really simple. If you have tall or awkward objects, you can bring the two front seats up like that, or what you can do is drop the rear headrest and then you drop that down, and now again you've got a tall mode, but also that's going into the boot in the back, and again the cover that will be there will be in the back also. Sorry, the reason I just did the video because it's getting a little bit difficult at this time of the year to get some daylight, so I just said, well, I had the chance, I'll do it. In terms of space in the back, and the other cool thing actually, because it's an EX, it gets a big glass roof, so it's actually a really, really bright and airy cabin to sit in. Considering from the point of view I'm 6 foot, so let's say for example I've just moved the seat forward into an area that I would describe as very, very comfortable for me to sit in as a driver. Jazz is weird. There's so much room for a small car. It's not really a small car, but it's kind of classified as a small car. For this size of car, there's so much room in the back. Anyway, if I sit back here, I'm quite comfortable, and if we look down through here, and I'm 6 foot, it's a weird amount of space for this size of car. There's loads of space. I would be dead happy driving in the back of a car like this, being driven in the back of a car like this to go on a long journey. The other cool thing, as we were saying, is I've got a glass roof up there, so my view overall, when I look around the car, I can drop my armrest here, and my view, as I was saying, is quite panoramic. I can see all the way around, and then I got this big glass roof for light as well, so it's actually quite a nice place to be. Speakers are standard in the back doors, electrics are standard on the rear, and you can child lock them, and also anyone that's got kiddies, you can child lock the rear doors, plus you can have EXi-VTEC in here if you want to anchor your child seat on this side, and also on this side over there as well. So what I would say to you is, if you're looking for a car that's not too big, but it's got loads of room for family in the back. This is definitely one that's worth considering. Wheels on this car are a 16-inch alloy wheel, again because it's an executive, and one other feature as an executive at the front is obviously the normally had a headlight structure as you expect, but these nice front fog lights were also standard on the executive model. While we're actually outside here, let's just have a quick look. Road tax, as we were saying, is 270. This one's taxed, and the NCT is 01 of 19, so 2019 for an NCT. In terms of the inside at the front, if I sit into the car, I'm just going to move some of this paraphernalia here out of the way, which is pricing structures and stuff. Anyway, if we close over the door, right, the view that I have in the car looking forward, as I was saying, like the back of the car, nice and bright and airy all the way around. I've got big orange clocks here in the centre. Revolution counter in through here, and it's telling me when to change gear economically. Speedo in through here, fuel in through here, and then I've also got a trip meter in through here. It's going to sit actually quite far back, so it gives you a better idea how the driver would look at the car. The camera just a bit close normally. So, trip information in here, safety belts being worn, average fuel consumption, fuel left, next service due, all that kind of stuff. Cruise control is a standard feature on the car, so I can set my speed when I'm driving and take my foot off the pedal over here and it'll maintain speed for me. In through here I've got my controls for radio and CD, but also what's cool in this 2009 EX, it had this little accessory here which actually is about 120 quid, and that was a USB connector, so you can charge iPhone, play music, iPod, all that kind of stuff in through there as well. Oh my god, sorry. God, headlights are automated as I choke. Excuse me. And then wipers are also automated. Now I have them in the off function at the moment, but if I go for intermittent, there's a sensor up here, and that is basically going to pick up precipitation on the windscreen, and they'll automatically start working themselves. And headlights, as it gets dark, if I leave them in the auto function, they'll come in through there as well. After that, we have electrics for mirrors, so I can fold in my wing mirrors and obviously, you know, control them backwards and forwards and all that kind of stuff as well. Over here, child locks we were saying for the rear windows, electrics for front and rear, central locking functions in through here, and then it's got climate control. So front and rear windscreen demisters, which also demist the wing mirrors. And after that then I've got this nice big digital setup here, so I can say automatically get me to 21 degrees, or I can manually manipulate that myself, or I can turn it off, or I can turn on and off air conditioning, or mode where I want the air to blow, and this nice big screen is telling me what's going on over there. Storage, I got a bit of storage up top, I got a bit of storage on the bottom, loads of drinks holders all the way around the car, same again here, and just like the back I've got an armrest, which means I'm quite comfortable when I'm looking forward. Safety wise, I have steel bars in these doors for side impact protection. I've got an airbag in the side of my seat. My passenger over here has got an airbag in the side of their seat, and obviously then, as you'd expect, the steering wheel has an airbag as well as the passenger over there in front of them also. Seat I'm in is height adjustable, so I can go upwards or downwards. Steering wheel is also adjustable in terms of, I think it's up and down and in and out, so rake reach, so in, out, up, down, so all very adjustable, so it just means if you want you can definitely get comfortable. And then the function over my head, if I look here I can press that button and now the roof is going to cover over, so if you're somebody that maybe doesn't like the sunlight as much, you can have a roof that's the same as a normal Jazz. But let's face it, if you're in an EX with a car like this, why not? Why would you not want to have all the nice sunlight coming in? That's the whole idea of it. But anyway, everyone's different. So that's pretty much it overall. Sorry, safety wise on the outside, anti-lock brakes, emergency brake assist as well. If the car is of interest, I'd like to hear from you. There's 2 keys for the car, and as we were saying then, the car will, well actually it's going to come serviced. The nice thing about these Jazzes is, actually let's have a quick drive of the car. There's a lovely gearbox in these cars. So the engine in these cars is almost 100 horsepower. There's actually a load of get up and go on it. So even for example, if I floor the car even right now, it picks up through the gears nice and easily. So lots of power. The gear change is very sweet in them as well. There's one of the things, the first things I've ever noticed actually in a Honda Jazz when I got into it, it's just a nice, well then again, kind of Japanese style, precise gear change. It's really, really nice, but you'll see yourself when you come to drive the car. So to summarise overall, if you are looking for a car in this kind of It's not really, small cars are actually smaller than these days, like the light 10s and cars and stuff. This is bigger. This was a small car, but now it's kind of a medium small car. Out of all the cars in this range of cars, Fiestas, Polos, Micras, all that kind of stuff, it's definitely one of the bigger ones. I'm not saying that to be biased. You don't have to take my word for it, it actually is. You'll see in terms of the space in the back, compared to most cars that I've sat in this size of segment, it's way bigger than them. The other thing then after that is if you want a car that's extremely reliable. So if you're buying a second-hand car, you're investing money in it, you want to make sure that there's a good chance that the car's not going to let you down. Don't take my word for it. Go onto the internet, you'll see the reviews on these cars, they're always extremely positive. Spec-wise after that, if you want a car that's got a nice finish, things like the glass roof, it's got air conditioning, it's got cruise control, it's got nice things on the outside like alloy wheels, front fog lights, and it looks quite smart as well. Also after that, it's a family-run business, so if you're looking for somewhere that you can go, yes, we can always do our best to make sure your car doesn't break down, but it is a man-made machine and things can go wrong. So, and that's with every kind of car. So at least we're going to give you a warranty. The car will come to you serviced. Everything is operating in the car really, really nicely. So if you drive this car, test drive it up the road, gearbox, clutch, all the controls, it feels nice and tight. And it's only had 2 owners, so it's been well looked after throughout its life. We can do part exchanges. If you have a car, no problem, we can trade in any car that you have. And we can also do finance on a car like this. And we deal with 8 major lenders, so the rates are always extremely competitive. Anyway, Brian is my name. If there's information you want in the car, no matter where you are in the country, any questions you have, 086 843 1945. Or if you come to the garage here in Kildare town, just ask for Brian. If you want directions, just give me a shout and I'll be able to tell you where to go. But to summarise overall where we are in terms of location, we're about 30 minutes south of Dublin. So if you leave the Red Cow in Dublin, we're about 30 minutes south of there. If you know the Kildare Village Shopping Outlet just off the M7, then that is exactly where we are. So hopefully this video has given you information, and I hope this car is of interest to you. Thanks for taking time to watch, and thank you for taking time to watch. Say that twice, sorry about that.